Hello everyone, my name is Dion, and first and foremost I would like to thank you for taking the opportunity to watch my documentary highlighting some of the experiences that myself have been through and some friends and colleagues that I also know in regards to the foster care system. This is kind of a taboo topic since I have grown up in foster care and I'm a former foster care leaver. It has been something I have not really spoke upon in terms of my academic career or my personal life. However, it is something that I personally would like to shed some light on for the people that potentially do not know a lot about the system. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and my own story and my own experiences. At the age of 13, I went into foster care. It was very scary, very big, and I didn't really know what to expect. I remember sitting in the car on the way to my first foster home with my mom and my social worker, and there was just loads of things running through my head. Where I was going, how long I was going to be there, what kind of things I was going to experience, and overall what was basically going to happen to me. At a very young age, all of these things were going through my head, and it made the entire situation very, very confusing. Due to my mum having mental health issues and my dad not really being around during my childhood, this was a lot to take in for a very small child. I didn't really think that this was real because it was such an abnormal experience. Going to live with strangers essentially it shakes your nerves a little bit. Social services in regards to finding foster homes for children don't really go about it in the sense where you would expect it to be like that. You'd think there is a lot to go in it, it is a process, and sometimes in the worst case scenario, kids like me don't get homes or places to live or families to be with. So I am very grateful for the way that I have turned out. So therefore, hopefully the stories that you will further see throughout this documentary will also give you a bit of information and shed some light on the situation that is foster care.
Hi, I'm Jade Crawford and I'm 17 years old, and I'm just going to speak to you a bit about the foster care system. So I went into care when I was 7 because of my mum had alcohol issues and my dad had anger issues. So it was quite upsetting, it was a big change, but I actually didn't really know much about the care system when I went into it. So I thought care before, when I was like 7, I thought it was about like Tracy Beaker, to be honest. I thought it was like this massive care home and like you just got on with other people, had fights and stuff. But obviously I know now you're actually with someone's family and like, you become part of their family basically, you get to know them. Yeah, so my perception has changed of the foster care system. Like when I was in my first foster home, it was good to start off with, but we just didn't get on. People just don't get on in general life, so you can't expect like kids to just live with anyone. It is about building that sort of relationship up and stuff. So yeah, like when I went into my second home, which I'm in now, with Anne, we get on really well. It's like being part of a family, I guess. I'd definitely say foster care has changed me as a person. I feel like I'm more understanding of people's situations, and I can consciously see how people act because of their upbringing in a way. Like I can't understand some of my friends because they've been with their family their whole life, so I don't have those big family connections, but that's why like my friends are like my family. They're really important to me. I've had some really good positive experiences being in care. Like, I went to loads of countries with my last foster care. I went to like Asia. It was really great, like amazing. And I've also had some bad experiences. Like I wasn't allowed to go on like holiday with my mates just because of the rules with social services. Like you can understand you know, they're our care, they look after us, they're basically our parents, but then I get to miss out on opportunities. So, you know, it is quite upsetting. It makes me feel restricted. To be honest, I don't feel like I have freedom. So, I'm really excited for my 18th because it means I'm literally going to be able to do anything, because there's been so many restrictions, like even going to friends' houses and stuff. Like, just makes you feel a bit crap, like a bit alienated, I guess. So if you're not in care or don't actually know anyone in foster care, just don't be judgmental. Like, don't think they're the reason why they're in there, because they're not. It's like the parents' fault in a way. Like, they just can't look after them. Thank you for listening, and I hope that's given you a bit of information on our experiences in the system, and I hope it's changed maybe your opinion on that. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Megan and I'm 18 years old. So I first went into care when I was at the age of 12. Basically what happened was my mum became very ill, and then because of that it was a mental illness, so it started to have a knock-on effect on me, and I became very mentally unwell. Before I went into foster care, I didn't have much of an understanding of it. My social workers had mentioned it, but from what I knew, it was a bit like Tracy Beaker dumping ground. I had zero idea that it was not just one big house full of children, even though they do happen, but it was more of a there's individual people that actually let you go live in their homes. So my perception has kind of changed, it kind of hasn't. I think once you're in there, it's like people just pretty much assume that you're this way and that way. My experience overall was actually pretty sick. I got to go to America, did all these fantastic trips and activities. As a person, it's definitely changed me. I had to learn basic life skills when I was there, and it's definitely shaped the way I kind of see people that probably don't act as society's expected average person. I think it's crucial not to assume they're something when you don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. So when I was in foster care, even though it was the majority of the time was good, there was negative parts of it, especially when my foster parent fostered multiple children at a time. So there was 2 girls that would live with me at the time, and they were both, because of their learning difficulties and their home life causing such a mentally traumatizing mindset for them, the way they would act and speak to people and me in general, because I had been with my foster parents for such a long amount of time. Obviously we had a bond that she would never really have got with her because she wasn't staying for that long, and her jealousy just got in the way so much, which she ended up making a fake social media account of me, threatening all sorts of people, and then people didn't believe that it wasn't actually me sending them, so it caused me a lot of grief. People in foster care or about to go into foster care, just take it as a lesson. Clearly you need to break away from your parents or your home situation, whatever's going on, and in the end it does benefit you, it really does. Me and my mum have a stronger relationship now than we did. Thank you for listening to my story. It's actually been a great experience to actually open up and let you know what I've been through and how it can help you.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch the documentary that I've created. It has been very beneficial for me and those featured in the film to get these experiences off their chest and shed a little light into the situation that is foster care. I really do recommend taking the time out to find some further information for yourselves if it is something you're interested in, or have found out something new, or maybe involved with yourself.